The Open Sydney scheme gives the public a rare chance to discover the city's hidden architectural gems. Reporter Rachel Pupazzoni is at one of them, the Queen Victoria building in Sydney. Rachel, good morning.
Good morning, Stu. How lucky am I today with this job inside a very unique building, the Queen Victoria building. And you're right, it's opening in November as part of Sydney Open, which is run by Sydney Living Museums. It's a pretty special project, and to join me and explain a little bit about it is the director, Mark Goggin. Mark, this is so unique. Why is it so special?
Well, it's that once in a 2-year opportunity to really get behind the scenes and see some of the hidden spaces and architectural wonders of Sydney's urban landscape.
And we're in one of them right now, the Queen Victoria building. We're actually up in the dome, which is a few stories high. So unique and so special. What can you tell us about this building?
Well, the Queen Victoria building really epitomises what we think is special about Sydney architecture and about Sydney Open. This building was built in 1898, but it's had a mixed past, really. People will know and love it as a beautiful retailing space today of contemporary meets heritage, but it almost got knocked down in the 50s for a car park or other uses, unbelievably. It was boarded up, and then, like many things in Sydney, thankfully was saved. And this unique space, the inner glass dome, is one of the behind-the-scenes treasures that 100 lucky pass holders during Sydney Open will get a chance to see.
Very lucky indeed. And of course, lots of buildings are opening up for Sydney Open in November. Can you tell us a little bit more about some of the others?
Yes, we've got 54 buildings opening across Sydney for one day, November 2nd, and we're always excited about the new builds and new additions to Sydney Open. There's been a number of award-winning architectural buildings that have been built in the last 2 years. We're particularly excited about 50 Martin Place, which is a beautiful, stunning restoration of a 1920s Beaux Arts building, transformed with another glass dome on top into the global headquarters of the Macquarie Group. We've got 8 Chifley, another architecture wonder, and Deutsche Bank building, Aurora Place, lots of towers. Sydney people love a tower, so this is an opportunity to get to see the views that you don't see every day, and see how architects have really positioned to get that best view of Sydney Harbour.
Yeah, you're right. People in Sydney do love to be able to go up and check out a view. But there's also other spaces, religious spaces, art spaces that are open as well.
That's right. I mean, we've got many 19th century heritage properties right down Macquarie Street, from the Barracks, the Mint, Government House, religious spaces like the Great Synagogue, which is an amazing space that people probably don't know as well, St Mary's Cathedral, the bell tower of St Mary's Cathedral. I was up there yesterday. It's an amazing space. And then we've got creative spaces. So we've got the church-turned theatre, Eternity Theatre, in Darlinghurst, the National Arts School, which is in the old Darlinghurst Jail, and many little nooks and crannies of new creative spaces that artists have created in recent times, some in heritage spaces and some new builds.
Well, it's a very exhaustive list, and they all are open to the public for one day only, Sunday, November the 2nd. The tickets go on sale today. Virginia and Michael, I think you might have to come up and have a look for yourself.
I'll be there, Rachel. Absolutely. I think you do have the luckiest job in Australia this morning. It is truly an architectural gem, the Queen Victoria building. Thank you.
That's beautiful.